we're on our 4th week now tonight
Fourth week.
already. The first time we talked about banking and credit and how we can use compound interest for us or against us. And then we talked about setting up our spending plan. And last week we talked about getting out of debt. So tonight we're going to talk about living without credit or saving for purchases instead of using credit. So I have a question. What's your purchasing personality? Are you a microwave or a crock pot?
Yeah. I can do both. I can do both. Depends on what it is.
Yeah. We want everything
Yes.
now.
Yeah, I just figured.
We buy what we want using credit without thinking about the real
No,
cost.
it's not paying credit.
And if we can afford the payment, we buy it.
Yeah.
We look at the payments, not the cost. In a crock pot society, this is more what our grandparents did. They actually wrote a letter by hand and put a stamp on it and mailed it. And they cooked from scratch. There was no boxed meals or TV dinners or frozen meals. Everything was from scratch. Don't buy unless you have the money. And a penny saved is a penny earned. Yes, Ruthie?
I still mail letters.
I do too.
Yeah, good.
I know the quote, a penny saved is a penny earned.
Yeah.
Don't buy unless I have the money. And I'm getting better at that.
That's what I do. I don't buy it unless I have money. I don't buy anything
That's
unless I have money.
Yeah. That's good.
But I thought that was microwave. Yeah.
Well, if you buy it right now,
Yeah, I buy it.
can be. So let's talk about you're going to get some new furniture. So the cost is $700. You're going to buy it on credit. Your interest rate is going to be over 17%. Your payments will be for 3 years, 36 months, and you'll pay just over $25 a month. So what do you think the total cost is?
3,500.
It's not that high.
It would be.
It's just over $900.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
I was thinking $700 a month.
yeah.
Then you get 200.
So the lender gets $200. So you paid $900 for the furniture that could have cost you $700. The other way you can do it is you save that $25 a month, and even if you only earn 1% interest, which is probably about all you can get, in 27 months you'll have $682. Now if you go into the furniture store with $780, do you think they'll sell you that $700 furniture if you've got the cash?
Yes.
They will. But if you were going to use credit, would they do that?
No.
Nope. So cash is king. Right off the bat, you saved 20 bucks on that furniture because you had cash.
No.
So let's, comparing it, you can pay $25 a month for 36 months and your total payments are just over $900. You can save $25 a month for 27 months and your total payments, what came out of your pocket, is $675. The rest of that money was interest. So if you save ahead, you pay $225 less out of your pocket. That's the compounding going in your favor. $225 on the refrigerator. So let's go a little bit bigger. Or that on the furniture. This is the refrigerator. Yeah, I said refrigerator when I meant furniture. So a little bit bigger. Let's look at a new refrigerator. A side-by-side costs about $1,075. So you do it on credit. You're going to have 3 years payments. Again, 36 months. Your payment's going to be over $38 a month. So the total cost is almost $1,400. Yes, Nikita.
I just wanted to say, sometimes for people like me, there's ways around that. I went to like a used appliance store and got a stove and refrigerator for $350. Nothing wrong with it.
Yee! Way to go. Good for you. Did you pay cash?
Oh, yeah.
Very good. Awesome.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it. That is really good. So anyway, your total cost here is almost $1,400. So that refrigerator costs you more than what it. So the other way is to save that same $38 a month for 27 months. Same thing, same amount of time. Well, actually, it's less. It was 36 months on credit. Here, it's 27 months. And you'll have 1,037. Will they sell you that refrigerator?
Yes. Cheaper. Yes.
They will. What if they don't? What if they say no? What will you do?
Go somewhere else.
That's right. Use the power of the foot.
Yeah.
And chances are, if you start walking out the door, they'll stop you before you get out. Because they'd like that cash. So once again, cash is king. So let's look at the comparisons. Using credit, you pay almost $1,400. Using savings out of your pocket is just over $1,000. So you save $356 by saving ahead. And you have it paid off in less time than if you use credit. Even with lower interest. So let's go bigger.
Car.
Let's go car. Oops, I missed. Oh, I must have not put these in right over. Anyway, it's a 2009 Toyota Corolla, $13,500. The loan, you get a 36-month loan, 3 years for $403. You could go 5 years too. But I just did it 36 months. That's to get that interest rate.
Right.
If you went longer, it'd be higher, and your total cost is $1,000 higher. That's out of place, sorry. Or you could save the $400 for 33 months, and you'd have $13,377. And I bet you they'll give you that price.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah.
For real.
If Lenny was here, he'd tell you the story of the car that he did, the used car he just bought. He got a, what is it, a 2000, I think it's a 2001 Saturn, and they wanted $4,800 for it. And he offered them $4,500. They thought he said $4,400, and that's what they got it. He got it for. Because you could pay for it right away, you know, no credit or anything. So he got, you know, like 10% off. So that's pretty good. So once again, we know cash is king. So if you purchase using credit, you're going to pay $1,000 more. So in total, you would save $1,305 by saving ahead. Now, college. I keep moving up in the costs. If you save $100 a month in a Nebraska college savings plan from the time your child or grandchild is born until they turn age 18, if you're a Nebraska resident, there's no tax on the earnings if the money is used for college. Well, actually, you wouldn't have to be a Nebraska resident to have no tax. As long as they're qualified expenses, there's no tax ever on the earnings. But if you're a Nebraska resident, you also get an income tax deduction for the money you put in. Average return 6%. By the time they turn 18, you'll have almost $39,000 in there.
Wow. For $100 a month?
$100 a month.
And we get this off our taxes?
Comes off your Nebraska taxes.
If my grandchildren are in Iowa?
If you're a Nebraska resident and you set up a Nebraska college savings plan, they don't have to live in the state. And you can use it at any college. As long as you use the money for qualified expenses, and that's
Their books?
tuition, sometimes room and board, and books. There's some cases, if the computer is required for the classes, you can use it for a computer.
Can you use it for fees?
What?
Fees?
Depends on the fees. If they're required for a class, like lab fees for a science class, yes. If it's athletic, to be in some kind of extracurricular activity,
6%.
But as long as the money is used for college, you never have to pay tax on the earnings, either federal or state. And you get the state deduction if you do it for, the maximum you can put in for each child is the federal gift tax deduction, which is $14,500 or so per year.
14,000 per year.
That's what you can
That's
give.
why grandkids don't have to worry about that happening.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, most people don't put in that much. But the Nebraska deduction used to be just a couple thousand, and now it's, they raised it to 10,000 this year for 2014.
And you write that off your taxes.
It comes off of your Nebraska taxes only. You don't get a deduction on your federal.
Oh, okay. So this is just for a college fund, though, right?
Yeah.
College savings.
And it has to be a Nebraska college fund to get the Nebraska deduction. And we'll talk more about that next week when we talk about colleges.
Good.
But it's an awesome plan, because you get the double whammy, there's no tax on the earnings. Now, if your grandchild took the money out and used it for something else, then there would be tax on the earnings.
Well, that $100, you put away, you get $100 for each child, right? Each child?
You can, yeah.
25.
Yeah, it's,
Oh, you divide 25, yeah. However
you
wanna
can do it however you want. I put $80 a month in for each of my grandkids.
Okay, that's what I'm asking, you
Yeah,
divide
you
it
can,
up.
you can have as many set up as you want.
Okay.
I could even set them up for my kids. You can
Yeah.
set them up for anybody that's a generation below you.
Okay.
So say my daughter Roxanne decides she wanted to go back to school and Jason wasn't going to use it, I could change the beneficiary to her.
Oh,
Cool.
yeah.
Okay.
So, if you can change the beneficiary, I'm the owner, I can change the beneficiary. But we'll talk a lot more about this next week when we talk about colleges.
That might be better for us to do
Now, what if you don't have $100 a month,
Yeah.
but you go get that cup of coffee every
that. I
day?
just threw away.
So if you just give up 20 days of the coffee,
You have it.
then you'd have your $100.
Right.
Or instead of saving $400 a month for 33 months for the car, save $300 a month for 44 months, and then you'll have the $100. Or what are some other ways that you can save on these other things? And we talked about a lot of this when we did this spending plan.
Clothing thing is.
Different things that you could save money on.
Go from Cox to Dish.
Yeah, for $19 a month for
For a
180.
year.
Hey, for
Yeah,
a year.
180
Yeah.
For a year, so for a year
$99.
though.
Yeah, but in that year's time, you know how much money you better save.
But they gonna raise it up, like that year's over.
But still, I'm paying $200 a month for Cox.
Shut the back door.
I pay 180.
That's the same thing,
Is that
$200.
with your phone too, or just the cop?
Yeah.
Internet.
Phone,
Well, see,
internet.
mine, I don't have internet, but I have phone and the cops, and mine's 100.
And I'm never home.
Yeah, see, and I got, I have to have the internet, I've never get rid of.
Yeah.
I would always keep that, because it's the best out of all of them that are
Oh,
here.
is it? Okay.
Better than the satellites and stuff,
Yeah.
so.
That's why I quit.
CenturyLink would probably argue with you about that one.
Do you have CenturyLink?
No.
Yeah.
When we moved, CenturyLink wasn't around, and when they came, they didn't go out to Gretna.
So who do you have, Dish?
I have Cox.
Yeah,
Cox.
Cox to me is the
I
best.
have my internet and my phone as through Cox Business, because that's what I have it for.
Yeah.
And then we have the cable personally, and that's,
The
we're
business
paying.
is more expensive than the home.
It is, but you get a lot better service.
Do you really?
Yeah. If I have a problem and I call them, they take care of it immediately.
They do with my Cox, they do my resident.
They're pretty good about it.
No, they weren't for me when I
Yeah.
said, you got this
I
little
just
run
were out
around.
there
Now,
in
will you
Gretna.
go over to your box and push that little button. I've already done that. Well, just do it again for me. I've already done it.
Yeah, then you
Yeah,
pay
yeah.
to
They
do
do
that.
do that.
I was gonna
Yeah, I've
say,
done
they
it.
just come in today, yeah.
Uh-huh.
So anyway, other ways you can save money so you can do those other things that you want to do. And really, this is all I have, guys.
Oh, wow.
Can you live without credit?
Yes,
Yes.
I guess
Yes,
you
yeah.
Yeah, you can.
can. You can.
But my dress burning.
What?
She does the dress
Dress
bar.
barn.
Dress burning.
Oh, she likes that clothing thing.
Yeah,
I'm talking about my
yeah.
The
sister
clothing
now.
thing is what I would need to eliminate.
But see, it's
Your
okay
church
if you
story.
spend the
I
money,
said I
if you
need it, I
budget
didn't say I
for
would.
it, and you aren't taking it from something else. Did you hear what I said? It's okay if you're spending the money as long as you're planning for it ahead of time.
Say it
And you're
again.
spending,
Everybody missed that.
you know, you
She
plan ahead
can't
of
talk.
time
I
how
don't know
you're
why
gonna
she's
spend the
talking.
money.
Huh?
And as long as you're not taking it away from something else.
Oh, yeah,
That,
no.
You know,
As long as I pay that payment.
Yeah, payment on that.
but see, you're paying payments.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
So
deal.
you're paying interest.
Right, I know. And I
You
could,
wanna,
I've paid them off. I've actually paid them off
And it's done
just
back
to cut
again.
them cards up.
Yeah.
that's